Welcome to Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Jay.
My name is Colleen.
And Devin fools everyone.
Yes, Devin's fan favorite this season?
I
He's
think
definitely a jury favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the people want, I think the people know that that are left know they have to get rid of him.
Well,
They just can't because somehow he's the only one. Again, maybe he's not the only one looking for an idol, but it sure seems like he's the only one looking for an idol.
He's making googly eyes at the jury. Him and David Wright are having moments.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was a fellow player and I saw that, I'd be like, "Oh, hell to the no."
Did David always have the unibrow thing, or is it just because it looked? You know how most people they grow a lot of because they grow the beards grow because they can't stay.
Yeah.
It looks like he has like a unibrow now. It's like the whole thing is like grown over.
So what you're saying is they don't have tweezers on.
That's what I'm thinking.
Edge of Extinction.
Edge of Extinction that we didn't even hear about.
Well, I mean, unibrows are in now, though. What's that guy from the Pelicans, Anthony Davis? So,
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
The eyebrow trimming is not it's letting your eyebrows.
I thought it was the dodgeball player from the movie Dodgeball that brought it into.
No, that's when it wasn't popular.
Oh, okay.
That's when it was a joke. Now it's cool.
Now it's cool.
All
right, I guess I'll have to grow one. I can grow that. So
I don't know if you can. You don't have very prominent eyebrows. They're kind of.
But he could have prominent eyebrows.
No, I'm looking at him now. He doesn't have.
I can get one of those pencil things I've seen on the internet.
That's true. You don't even have to get on the internet. You could go to CVS and pick that up.
Well, I've seen them on the internet. It's like this tool that makes the eyebrows thicker. I guess that's the thing. So I don't know. Or I can get probably getting a unibrow transplant would be a lot cheaper than getting a hair transplant.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna, invest, spend the extra money on the hair transplant at that point.
You're talking like probably $30,000. Probably unibrow would probably cost me about $60.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you look any better because you still have a bald head.
But if that's the in thing, people go,
Wait,
hey, look.
What if you grow it out so much that then you can do a comb?
A huge comb over. There you go. Yeah.
No, I was just really long bangs. They're just really long bangs.
And people look. I figured people looking at my, they would, how they look at your top of your head and go, oh, I see what happened there. But no, they look at your unibrow and go, oh, I see what you. They can't. They're so memorized.
Mesmerizing, yeah.
Mesmerizing. Oh my God, that's just the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Well, Jack, we're happy to have you here. As we were getting ready to record, we thought Jack might be dying.
Yes, it's possible.
It hasn't been a great day.
There's precedent for it.
Yeah,
it hasn't been a great day for the Glut filters.
It was my wife's birthday, and she must have told the police and the EMT people a few times, and it's my birthday. And
we're like, lady, are you drunk?
they go, oh, I'm sorry, happy birthday. She was shaken up too, but we got rear-ended at a stoplight, minding our own business at a stoplight, so that's okay.
You got rear-ended.
So Jack's battle with the cell phones continue.
Well, allegedly.
I don't know. I can't think of anything other than he was on his cell phone or he just didn't care.
But let's be honest. If Jack ever gets in an accident, we don't know for sure what it is, it's going to be a cell phone.
It's going to be. I mean, yeah. Well, cell phones are coming for you, Jack.
Explain it. I'm sitting there at a stoplight.
No, again, it's obviously a distracted driver. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
So Jack had a rough evening. We had 2 children that ended up in timeout several times tonight.
Is it a full moon?
Zachary said, today? I'm pissed at you to Alex. And we were like, he goes, I'm pissed at you. And we're like, wait, what?
Okay, where did he get? Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now. He did not get that word from me.
It's like it's not one we really use.
I'll take that one a long time ago where he said we're in traffic. I'll take that one.
Yes, he did. That was you because he said it in your intonation. So even if he had gotten it from me, he didn't sound like me saying it.
Well, it's a word I use all the time.
Yes, it is.
And so in fact, when I was going back to the accident, I was driving. Everybody was like insane and just terrible driving. I go, am I just because I don't drive a lot anymore? I go, I might just add it because we took my youngest daughter, who's pregnant, to her doctor visit, where she goes, "You can't come back there." I go, I didn't want to. And she goes, "Oh, okay. Well, why would I want to go back there? I'm just the driver." And the only reason I did is it's your mom's birthday. So I said, you don't like to drive either, so I'll drive. But we had this guy in a huge truck on the 70, on the 540, just riding. I mean,
here's the thing. I think you have gotten a little, because you're kind of a slow driver.
No.
You also just called it the 70 instead of Glenn.
Well, no, I was going 70. The speed limit was 70 miles an hour. And your mom goes, "Don't slow down." I go, "What do you mean don't slow down?" I go, "I got a car in front of me like 30 feet. I'm going 70 miles an hour." I go,
"You're going 70 on 540? That's slow on 540.
Yeah, the speed limit is 70.
I'm in 3 lanes. I'm in the middle lane. I'm not in the fast lane. I'm not in the slow lane. He could have gone either way. It was a young kid. I said, "You know what? You guys are lucky you're in this car." I would have sped up to him and flipped him off and cussed him out. And he's just a stupid kid.
I just love Jack in his old age. It has turned into the old guy. It's like, I'm going the speed limit. They can go around.
Well, I don't drive that much anymore, but maybe it's these youngins.
And then this lady, we're going to do a U-turn because we have to U-turn to go to the doctor's visit. And she starts to go to make her left turn, and she stops in the middle of the street. I go, "What is she doing? Is she lost?" I go, "Is this the place?" And I go, "Move up a little bit. Move up. I need to U-turn. Move up a little bit.
You needed Zach to say, "I'm pissed at you."
Yeah.
That's what I needed. So I think that was just telling me that, hey, this is not going to end up well for you today. You're going to get in an accident, and you're going to be in pain.
Something in the air.
Yeah. There was something in the air today.
Well, people don't know how to drive here anyway, so I've been saying that. I'm said that since I moved here. It's terrible drivers.
Well, because I think California driving is a bit more aggressive. Like it's more because there's a lot more cars, and you have to drive aggressive in California. Yeah, because you like especially with merging and just the way the clover fields work and everything. Like you need to be able to like move, get in and out. And here it's a lot more passive, where it's just like, oh my God, make a move.
Well, I was saying earlier, I said this too, because another lady, I was trying to merge over. We're coming onto the off ramp and coming on, normally you have to merge over. I go, "You're not going to let me over? Really?" But she was on her phone. I said, they really need to outlaw people being, because there's no law against texting and driving here.
Well,
there's a law against texting. There's not a law against.
Sure?
But what they need to do, I mean, because people break laws all the time. Just like your speed limits. Nobody gives a crap about speed limits, just to give tickets. What they need to do is have, like, Apple and everything. They already have, like, the do not disturb. They just need to have it, like, automatically. You don't get to choose. Like, it just turns off. That's what you need to do.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be, I don't know, that would be some sort of violation of something.
If it's that important, I've said this from day one, you can pull over to the side of the road and text somebody if it's that important.
Or actually, you know what it really needs to be is just self-driving cars. That takes care of it, to be honest.
If you don't have the right to kill me.
Yeah.
No, I think I actually skip the whole app. We're almost at the self-driving cars. Once you get there, Jack, I mean, you'll be dead by that point. But once you get to the self-driving cars,
that's the problem. I'll be on my deathbed. Dad, we have self-driving cars.
You can go now.
Jefferson!
You can rest now.
No, thank God. My work here is done. My work here is done.
All right.
And then Jack rested.
All right.
Get to heaven. Forget about all those shitty, crappy things I did. Sorry. Crappy things I did.
We've been watching The Good Place.
We have been.
That
we just started it.
Some points in your favor.
That's a funny show, isn't it?
It's really good. I'm like further ahead than Colleen, but Colleen's a few episodes in. But really good show.
I tried to get your mom to watch it because she has a crush on
Ted Danson.
No, not Ted Danson.
He's handsome.
No, Kristen Bell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
because for a long time she was watching videos with her and her husband's dad. And she's watching videos, and she's watching. I go, "Why are you watching?" She goes, "I don't know. I just find her cute."
She's adorable.
I go,
awesome.
"Then what?" I go,
"Then
what?"
her.
Yeah, and I go, "Then what?" I go, I think she probably liked her from her first scene at Deadwood. But I go, "Why don't you watch her?" I said, "Why don't you watch the The Good Place. She goes, "No, I probably wouldn't like it."
Oh, she would love. Love The Good Place.
I go. It's funny. It's weird. It's different. And Ted Danson is hilarious.
I don't know if she would like it though, because it's very like philosophical. I don't know if she would dig that.
Yeah,
it's not. She likes the soap opera-ness.
Yeah, that's true.
She would like Veronica Mars season 1 then.
She would like Veronica Mars.
She's rewatching The Good Wife for the 50th time. She just finished her.
If she likes Veronica Mars, is kind of like a whodunit soapy mystery thing. She'd love it.
Kind of. It is whodunit soapy mystery.
Well, she wants to rewatch Deadwood before the movie. I said, whenever you want.
Yeah, ours stalled because we have a million shows to watch. But
yeah,
anyway,
okay,
all right, we're here to talk
Survivor.
about
Have we been
Survivor
talking for like 20 minutes?
It's only been 10, but it has been too long.
Blame the drivers on their cell phone.
Exactly. Jack just nearly escaped death, so this was his therapy, be able to talk through it. But now we're here to talk about Survivor. Before we're going to get into that, I want to thank people that make the show possible. Tack from Tokyo, Eckhart Richter, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, The Drake, and Ed the Creepy Mailman. Thank you to all of our patrons. You can find a list at janejack.com. And if you'd like to become a patron today, go to patreon.com/janejack. That's patreon.com/jnjack. Patrons that give $5 or more a month get special bonus episodes every single month. And for this month, the start of, is it called Nick's Story? Is that what it?
No, it's Nick Dunn, storyteller.
Nick Dunn,
I know Nick's
storyteller.
Nick is excited about it.
Is being released this month. It's a 4-part series.
There's lots of things being released this month, but that's the newest of the things.
So
if you saw the end game, you're going to want to hear the extra part of the Ramblecast.
Like when you're on the 70.
Yeah, with the on 70, because they talked about it. I was there. I said, go ahead and spoil me. But they had a great conversation, probably about 30 minutes till Chris had to go feed his baby.
Aww. Well, there you go.
No, but don't forget to announce that we have a bonus show for Survivor every week.
That's right, yes.
I'm no longer, nope.
Why are you not listening to it anymore? What happened?
I said, well, because you have Bun Patty Bun, who's fan favorite.
Yeah.
And my favorite podcaster, most talented podcaster on the network. He says Colleen asked him if this person could win the challenge, and it was, I think, Colleen. He said no.
Yeah,
Jay, he said no.
I could do it.
And he said, "What about Papa?" He goes, "No." And I go, "Whoa." I even called him out today.
He hasn't seen you in your prime, Like it's not.
Well, to be fair, he's right.
He had no confidence in any of the adults in his life. Yeah. You guys are pissing me off.
Yeah. I said,
just like my brother.
I can't watch a Bun Patty. I'm not. Nope, can't listen to him anymore. He did because he did call Gigi for his birthday. Him and Alex, but he just say, "What do you say? Go ahead and try it again."
Yeah, he goes, try it again. Like yeah, it's okay, Papa. You could try it again and then ask me.
I go, who made you Jiffy Pop popcorn?
Yeah. But anyway, if you want to hear that, it's cute. I mean, if you guys are going in there for some 5-year-old strategy, spoiler alert, it ain't gonna happen. But
no, it'll be a 5-year-old strategy.
Yeah, it'll be like literally, it'll be the most fun 5 minutes of your day.
You've got better strategy than Ron.
Ain't that the truth?
Amen.
Ain't that the truth? All right. Let's jump into this episode. Colleen, take it away.
All right. So I cannot confirm this title, but I saw it on Wikipedia. So it just doesn't seem like a very Survivor-y title. Survivor, Edge of Extinction, Episode 11, Awkward.
That makes sense.
Awkward point was in the episode? There's always an awkward moment.
Awkward when they talked when she was going through his bag.
Oh, yes.
Aurora.
Okay, yeah.
And Aurora, to her credit, said, no.
Yeah, I know. We'll get to that, but Aurora's like, whatever, I'm cool.
I'm good.
You keep voting for me every week. Send me
I'm cool,
whatever.
and I can kick your butt, so you better back off.
I've been following Aurora's Twitter, and I have to say,
Aurora Twitter.
I know, Aurora Twitter. Her Twitter is delightful.
Well, there you go. Very nice.
She's a fun person to follow on Twitter, so just a plug for her. Anyway, we start day 29. Dadbot is unhappy with Ron's betrayal. Ron tries to do damage control, however, by showing Dad bod the idol choice menu thing that had expired. But in reality, he wants to win him over so that way he can just, vote him out. And Dad bod hopes that he doesn't have to use the advantage. But I think even at that point, Rick was a little suspicious. Like, I don't know about you.
Yeah, because why at that point, there's nobody's going to give up except the ice cream kid. Nobody's going to give up. Nobody's going to give up an idol or something at that point.
Right. Like
I see what Ron was trying to do was just trying to make him feel more comfortable. And either way, though.
Yeah, and I think that Ron thought that he was succeeding, and Rick was kind of like, no. We go to the next day. It's the Loved Ones Challenge. Yeah, I know. Everybody cries. Dad bod's wife Becca was there.
I love their dynamic. It reminded me of me and my wife's dynamic.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Oh, just, giving each other crap.
That's true. And they had a 4-year-old.
How you doing?
I love that, the 4-year-old was looking for him or whatever, but then she's like, but nobody's freaking out. Nobody's freaking out,
We're
Karen.
fine here.
Like...
We're fine.
I liked her. Well, we'll get to the challenge.
Julie had her husband Mark. Lauren had her dad Joey, which inspired. I mean, he looked like a Joey, right? And it inspired a lot of memes on the Twitters that I saw for Joey.
Well, now I want to see Victoria's mom because her dad has like jet black hair.
Well, it's like red hair is like one of those recessive things.
Recessive
so maybe it's like hidden.
Oh, is it? Okay. Because I was like going, man, he's got like jet black hair. She's really red.
Fun fact, I have a friend.
You
That's
do?
great.
Wow.
I do. I have one friend. And
who knew? Please be my friend.
No, she has triplets. She and her husband both have brown hair, and all 3 triplets have bright red hair.
But so does the mailman.
Oh, no. Stop it. I'm just saying that it's a recessive.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, who knows?
They're like super adorable, but anyway.
Okay, well, before going to the Loved One Challenge, before when they went to the challenge, was anyone thinking if War Dog's loved one was there, would that person opt to take another partner?
No, that person would have been like Colby, because this was the Colby and Reed challenge. It was like, Reed! They would have been like, War Dog! Because
there's no way War Dog would be able to throw water or catch it.
No, definitely not. Like, he won. He left the game with his dignity intact. Anyway, Ron had his husband Lloyd. Victoria had her dad. Aurora had her brother. Gavin had his wife. Carly was her name. Then, tells the sob story about moving up his wedding. But anyway, so
he was mad. He said, what, no fried pickles?
Not to question their relationship, but he was like the least touchy-feely. I mean, maybe he's just not a touchy-feely person, but I just felt like there was the least amount of love.
I feel like that means that you're like, if I hadn't seen you for 30 days, I'd be all over you.
Well, to be fair, he probably smells. I mean,
she said you don't smell.
She goes, you don't smell that bad. And Jessica Lewis on Twitter was like, yes. Gen X Jessica, she was just like, that is the best compliment you could ever get on Survivor. You don't smell.
Well, Gavin doesn't seem like he's that. He did tear up, though, a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, again, everyone's different, so not to judge or criticize here, but it was interesting.
I like how they were both like,
he did feel bad.
Oops, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I like how they were both like, we want to know what that married life is like. And I was like, is that a euphemism for something? Like,
maybe they haven't consummated their marriage yet.
Yes, thank you. That was the joke.
Oh.
I hope so. I mean, they had 2 days together, right?
Well, but when you eat all those pickles,
that's true.
You get a stomach ache, and especially fried pickles.
You get a tummy ache. I mean, you go wild. You pass out before you can.
We have a whole lifetime for that. I'm going to Survivor. Okay. Maybe it's his choice in shirts. I don't know.
I believe it was BJ on Twitter, one of our listeners. And I'm sorry, I saw it so quickly, but I think it was her, and she tweeted that this was the Reed Donaldson Memoriam Challenge.
Right? Well, I said, this is the Colby and Reed challenge from Heroes versus Villains.
And it was also, I think it was the one that they did on Brains versus Brawn versus Beauty, the first one.
Similar, yeah.
It was
Tasha. What was the one?
The
crazy
tribe.
one. Yeah, the Brains tribe. It was the crazy. She was.
Jatia.
Jatia. Remember, she was just like
I loved her.
at it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Is this a challenge you want to lose though?
You always want to lose the family challenge.
Yeah.
Because there's no way I want to pick. It's like, okay, I love you. It's great, but, we... But
and I think that's why...
I probably look like Gavin, but...
Yeah, and I think that's why Dad Bod and his wife Becca were, like, joking throughout the whole thing. I don't think they really wanted to win. Like, I think they kind of knew,
I think that was part of the... He's already odd man out, so...
Right, so don't put yourself more in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Plus, okay, so Ron wins. They go back. He picks Julie, or the Central Park Pier and her husband, and Gavin and his wife.
Now, the Central Park Pier's husband shows emotion.
Yes.
He could probably give Gavin a class on it. This is how you... you haven't seen your wife in a while. This is your reaction, because people are going to see it on national TV.
It's like, hey, honey.
And there's going to be... There's going to be podcasters out there calling out, and people are going to call you out. Your wife's going to hear about it, see it, and goes, you're right. You aren't very loving. So, just saying.
Yeah.
Divorce.
If I ever get to play on Survivor, I will give a shout out to Survivor JJC.
Well, here's the thing that I was thinking about during this family challenge, and this may be a little bit of a diversion or whatever, but if I was on Survivor, who would my family visit be? Would it be my wife, or would it be my dad, who's always wanted to be on the show?
That's a tough one.
Flip a coin.
Colleen just gave me such a look.
My answer was going to be me, but I didn't want to cross that line. So.
But I was thinking, I was like, man, if I was, because my dad has wanted to be on this show since like we first started watching it 20 years ago.
Yeah, I wanted to apply, but you guys were too young, and I said I can't apply.
Yeah, but
I guess if you want to pick a partner that's not going to help you win the challenge, then go for it.
But also,
I can catch water.
But then I know my wife is also
Jack's
a big
claim
fan.
To fame. I can catch water,
and she's also my wife. So I mean, there's just like you don't want to screw over the wife, because then you got to live with that, But,
yeah, but what's going to help you get $1 million?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you bring home $1 million, I'd be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. It's a proverbial Sophie's Choice situation.
Right. Like, I am just like Lloyd, the Ron's husband, where I'm
you know what I need to do is knock you up before I go, so then you can't do it. And then I'll be like, Dad, how's she doing? How's our little unborn child? So then I have like this, story about my kid.
Except Val and Jeremy. Jeremy went out there, and Val was pregnant, and nobody knew about it, and then he used it at the very end.
Wouldn't it be funny, like someone brought like the family dog?
This is my only family. That's so terrible.
No, I'm saying they have a family, but they choose Spot over his wife or husband or something like that.
That's awful.
I was like, we asked your wife, but
Jeff would be like,
Jack, go.
Jack, here's your loved one, Spot. Oh, Spot! Oh my God!
I'm surprised we have, because animals are becoming more and more like children for people. And
what if they just did that for a joke to lighten it up a little bit?
If Johnny Fairplay got back on and he made it to the family visit, he should do that.
Yeah, the dog.
Hey, remember that time Johnny Fairplay was on this podcast and I sat there the whole time with the stink face?
And insulted everybody.
Yeah. But he's found Jesus, so everything's fine.
Yeah, but Jesus said, "I'm sorry, we don't want you."
Yeah, it's like, I'm good. I'm good.
I got enough followers, You
have some nice shirts, bro, but I'm good.
Yeah. You do have great T-shirts, from what I've heard. But you know what? If he'll go on there and take the dog thing for himself, he'll take credit for himself.
He'll have the dog come on, but with his T-shirts.
Yeah. And then he goes, bro, what? My grandpa's dead? What? My grandpa's dead?
What, Lassie?
What? Yeah.
Bark twice.
Timmy's stuck
grandpa.
In the well at home. Anyways.
All right, let's move on. We've lingered way too long on this.
Yeah,
so
on. Gavin can't wait to get back and do that whole married life thing. He's grateful for Ron. Ron tells Lloyd he's controlling the game.
He said, Hold on. Okay, I'm good.
Oh.
He gets, just like a little like on the shoulder, like, see ya, buddy. You take care now.
Oh, stop it.
A little pat on the head. You
I'll
take
be
care.
home in a few days.
I thought it was adorable when Ron and Lloyd, were reunited and they were talking about his beard, and Ron was like, "All my friends said that you would love this."
It's like, oh, honey, they lied.
Yeah. I kind of saw that in his eyes too.
Well, then when Ron was telling him, when he was telling Lloyd, I've had the line, he goes, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So he wasn't shocked that Ron lied. I mean, I was just like, okay, yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, but he was kind of...
It's the game. That's what I meant to say.
I kind of want to see Lloyd play after this. Like, I need them to be on a
like a family thing.
What's it called? Blood versus Water season. Like, I am here for Ron and Lloyd.
Agreed.
For a family.
I think Lloyd might be the better
Blood
player.
Water.
I think so too.
I think Lloyd will too, because he was like, all right, whatever, lie. Like, I don't care.
Yeah. Lie, cheat, steal, I don't care.
Yeah, do it. Come home with that money.
Bring your dog next time. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. Back at camp, Dad Bod catches Aurora looking for the idol, and she's like, yeah, no, actually, I'm good. Like, do whatever you gotta do.
This is awkward, isn't it? No. How do you turn an awkward situation into not awkward? Is just say, I don't care.
Yeah.
You left your bag here. I can't trust you.
Aurora, this episode, right back down to, like, the very, like, her at tribal council with the thing, like, the headband around her head. She was, like, no F's given personified.
Yeah, it's very true.
Do you think if they would have shown her more in the beginning, she'd be, like, the fan favorite?
I think that she's creeping up.
Because I think we said a couple weeks ago, she's growing on me every week. I mean, you like her. She's great in the challenges. She's says, she's funny and she's direct.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably took a hit because she was on a tribe with returning players, and that tribe always won. So they were always going to the other tribe that lost.
Yeah.
So, but I really like Aurora too. So I'm going
to start following her on Twitter because I hear she's cool.
Yeah, she's super fun. Anyway, Dad Bod is annoyed. He tattles to Ron like, "Oh, I was looking through my stuff." And then says he's
to be fair to him, he was trying to stir up crap.
Yeah, he was. But he went to look for the clue. He went to look for an idol. He finds a clue. He says that, the clue says it's above the shelter. He realizes it's like 15 feet above the shelter in the tree. And he's
I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah, he's like, I'm afraid of heights. Survivor's a grind, and I'm grinding.
He was grinding the tree.
He was. Because we go, at nighttime. He wakes up in the middle of the night. He climbs the tree
Don't climb up with your belt.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to climb a tree like a ninja. I don't think ninjas climb a tree like that, Rick. But he gets the idol. He wants to get the idol and get out of Dodge. So while he's up there, he's making some noise on the bamboo. Aurora wakes up at one point. Gavin wakes up.
Gavin woke up and said, "Is that my wife?"
Yeah.
It is. Oh. I can go back to sleep.
Oh. I guess I'll find out what that married life is like tomorrow. No, but yeah, so at one point, like, they both wake up, and you can see Rick does, like, that, against the wall kind of thing, like, with the trees, like, oh, no, nothing to see here. I'm very, very quiet. But yeah, he gets the idol without being caught, and he says, I'm on top of the moon. Like, that's not the phrase, but cool. We get to the immunity challenge the next day. There's lots of trash talking, attempts at deals, especially by Dad Bod.
I did like he goes, I'll take all of you to the final three.
Yeah, no, that was actually kind of awesome because, Jeff's like, what do you say, Laura? And he's like, I think that Devins is bad at math. And he's like, yeah, well, she's not wrong, Jeff.
Well, at this point, he knows he's not going home.
Yeah, I think that we're definitely getting if we're not getting a winner's edit from Rick, which I don't know if we are or not yet. We are definitely getting.
If he makes it to the final three, who beats him?
Well, that's true. That's if he makes it to the final three.
Yeah, I mean, he's good at the challenges. He could easily win them.
Yeah, I kind of got the feeling this episode, my Edgic senses were like tingling, that we're definitely going to see Lauren, Division 1, and Dad Bod there. And I don't know who the third one would be. But
probably
Victoria?
It could be Gavin or Victoria. Oh my God, if it was Victoria, like I'd be very happy because she's in my winner's pick. But
well, also my winner's pick
and your winner's pick too. Ooh, fisticuffs. But
yeah. Which I don't think she could. I just don't think she could unless she's the only one in there. I don't think she could win.
Like we keep seeing moments from her, but we haven't gotten that overwhelmingly like in your face edit that we're getting from Rick, right? Like Rick has the biggest edit left, and I think that means either he's going to the end to get the winner's edit, or he's going to be the person that gets out at 4, like with the fire challenge, or he's the one that gets out right before.
Or they're building him up to
bring him back.
To milk these episodes and to bring him back for another try. Mm-hmm. But because when you get to the final 3, if it's Gavin, Victoria, and Lauren, everyone's going to go. And 2 of the 3 are my final 3s. But it's like at this point, I got to be honest. I don't think they've done enough to win the game.
But but I do have to say, I think that Victoria and Lauren need to get a lot of credit for the way the vote went tonight because they orchestrated votes against Ron, and I don't think that Devin's really had anything to do with that because he still did that Aurora vote, and I think that they need to get a little bit more credit than like Rick had the big showman's move tonight, but really the strings were pulled by.
Well, if he doesn't have the idol, he goes home.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was saved because he found it's the Ben thing again.
I know, and
he was saved because he found the. At one point, I think they need to say, okay, once there needs to be a cutoff date. You can't. We're not going to throw any more idols out there. We're going to let the players play.
Right, like maybe because you can't play them past 5, so maybe they stop hiding them past 8.
Yeah.
And then you get, 3 weeks to kind of figure out how you're going to make your play.
Because he can go out and find another idol next week.
Exactly. And I hesitate to use the Ben example because I like Devin's a lot more than I liked Ben, but...
I mean, I'm almost like they're getting to the point where we had the Easter egg hunt with the grandkids and stuff over there. You guys were here. And, there were 40-plus eggs. I'm thinking, okay, Zach's going to get like 30 of these, maybe more. I just started throwing them in the... I'm just going to throw them over there in the lawn over there. I hit like the first 25, and after that, I got bored with it. You think they do that with the idol? I'm just going to throw it over here because it doesn't seem like it's in that tree, or it just doesn't seem like.
Yeah, I mean that it's okay. Ooh, how is he going to figure out how to get it in front of everybody's face? And it's like, oh, duh, he just waits till nighttime, and if he falls, he falls. But then we've got some drama too.
It didn't even. He was going home. He had, like I said, I guess the strategy was good because they didn't know if he had an out, but they assumed he could have one.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, they assumed because I think Ron also was like, he.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wish they'd stop doing it at a certain point.
I think that's a great point, Jack. And I personally would throw out if I was in that, creative team room to stop doing it at 8. And then, you can't play them past 5. And then you've got, I think that 3 episodes to play an idol, 3, votes to play an idol is plenty of time to kind of like suss out when you have to make your move.
Also gives you more pressure on, should I play my idol or not? Yeah. Should I hope? Because I could play my idol. I'm going to go look, because what do you do there all day anyway?
It's true.
Nobody, especially Rick, because nobody's talking to him.
Yeah.
Right.
So I get, you know what? I'm going to go look for an idol. That's why people should be following him, Anyway.
Exactly. But okay, so at the immunity challenge continuing, Julie goes out and Ron carries her over, which again wasn't like a great look because it's like, okay, you two are clearly like that, marriage of convenience kind of pair here. Aurora goes down and Gavin ends up winning. We're back at camp. And then Ron and Central Park Pier tell Dad Bod, like, Aurora's going home instead of him, who they're trying to get. But then we have Victoria and Division 1 that decide they need to be on the same side. They want to get Ron out. And although I noticed, I believe that Victoria voted for Devins and Lauren ended up voting for Ron. And I guess that was their way of splitting the vote. But then we have this thing that came into play, and I don't think it was used unless I missed it during the credit scene. Aurora tells Gavin that she's giving him her extra vote. Did he use that for her?
No, I think it was only in a tie situation, and then come back and then vote, because that was her whole thing of being to Gavin, because he had immunity, so they knew he wouldn't be have a vote against him.
But can Aurora? She could have voted twice, though, right?
The first time, yeah, but I think she was thinking of it in a situation if it came down to a tie.
But if she had 2 votes,
they had to revote.
Then Aurora can't vote because
she has a vote against
was most likely going to be in that tie.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking though, if you have 2 votes, you just get Lauren and Victoria to vote. That's 4. But I guess there's 7 people left.
The whole point is they knew they were going for Devon's first, which they also have to get rid of.
Right.
So I think they were just hoping. Again, It was silly for Ron to just leave it up to Devon's to vote for Aurora.
No, I thought Gavin's was going to vote. You know, he gave me that one moment.
Yeah. And
it was fried chicken, dude.
I know. And then we at the beginning of the season, being the episode rather, that Gavin was grateful to Ron kind of thing too. So I think they kind of set it up, but I was glad to see that Gavin actually did write Ron's name down. So
he still has 2 votes? Or did he use it?
No, that was the last week that it could be used.
Oh, so he had to use it.
Yeah, so if he didn't use it, expired. But Dad Bod ends up...
He'll give it to Dad Bods next week.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, okay, we have this moment at Tribal, right, where Dad Bod goes, plays the advantage, told, and then he's told it expired, and then he, turns around and he's like, well, guess who's a liar? And guess who's in with a liar? And he's like, got this big showman, like, this is why I'm
for sure.
on TV.
And they're like, and you can see Ron's face, like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, he's like, and then, they're reading the votes, and it gets to, Ron, and he's like, peace, bro. I was like, oh, God.
Well, but when the vote went for Aurora, the Devon's votes were thrown out. Then he voted for Aurora. You see Ron shake his head. Yeah, you're going home. Yeah. And then when Ron, he goes.
Yep. And then, yeah, but once, Devon's was like, peace, bro. And
yeah.
And then, it was like kind of gloating, and I was like, Night King much? Like, come on now.
Well, you still need Ron's vote, and there are people we've seen in the past that vote not with their their head, they vote with their heart, and you don't want to piss people off this late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did the little thing. I thought that was funny, but I'd have been a little more.
Yeah, but that was classic pure jury pandering, right?
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like they loved it. Like Julia, who has gotten more screen time tonight on the jury than while she was playing. Julia was like whooping it up.
Oh yeah, she was in the back. Like she's my pick. And I still forget her name because she just didn't get any airtime.
Yeah, so like you could tell they were loving it, except for all the winks and like lovey eyes between David Wright and Rick.
Did Reem like it? Because Reem's like...
Reem, oh my God, did you see Reem? She was sitting back like, just, like a pro. Like the queen that she is. # Queen Reem.
And she's the only one they hear speaking when the person goes to Extinction Island. Edge of Extinction.
And we actually, so Jay and I have noticed for at least the last 3 or 4 weeks, if not every single one... the episode ends on Reem talking to the person that comes in.
She's the mayor of...
she is the mayor of...
Yeah.
So she's coming back.
I hope she's coming back. Like, she is a delight and a joy on my TV screen. I look forward
I wonder if you'd feel that way if you were stuck with her for 30 days on a small
It doesn't matter. I'm not, so I can feel this way. And I look forward to Reem's last word. Like, she is a person that you could tell loves having the last word, and the producers are like, just give it to her. Like, last person to speak in every episode is going to be Reem.
So you think so when they do the when they have the final 3, she'll be the last one to speak, you think?
Oh, totally. No, you know what? It's just going to be a jury of Reem. Everybody is going to...
The twist for this season.
Yeah. The first person voted out is a person that's going to get to question all of the jury members.
Who didn't piss her
all
off?
All of the final 3.
Nobody gets a vote.
I know. But you know what? She had a moment with Dad Bod, so she'll give her vote to him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyways, all right. Moving on. Do we think that Ron was the right person to vote out?
Yeah.
He had to.
It was a smart play. It was a smart play
because he's a good talker. He could probably win.
Yeah. Yeah, if he weaseled his way to the end.
Like I said, they have to get the remaining players. Well, depending on who comes back, they have to get Devins out. He has to go.
Absolutely.
If he goes to final, I don't care. I don't think anyone coming in can beat him.
No, not even close.
And it's not even strategically. It's like likability.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, likability, but he's also played, other than that one moment, we keep talking about that one moment where he kind of lost it for a second. Yeah. He's played a pretty good, even when he got voted out, it wasn't really his fault. He got blindsided. But other than that one moment, he's played a great game.
Yep.
Well, there was that whole last episode where he got fooled, but he bounced back from it.
Right. But, I mean, he's still, from the players that are left, he's by far the best. It's not even close. It's Rick, and then the rest are way down here.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, but I'm kind of loving the dynamic duo of Victoria and Lauren, and I want to see what other havoc they can.
Well, I think Victoria can still win it all. Both of your all's winners pick could still win it.
I think if they get Aurora back on their side too.
Oh, I love Aurora. Yeah, I'm down with that. But yeah, okay. Do we think that we'll see Ron back in a returning player season?
Nah.
Really?
He's all right.
I'm calling it now. Blood versus Water. We're going to see Ron and Lloyd.
If it's a Blood versus Water,
water, yeah, because I think we all like
his
Lloyd.
partner was awesome.
Yeah, I think Lloyd is like the new. He is the new Abby Maria's mom. All right. That's about it for the recap. All right.
Well, let's take a quick commercial break before we get to that feedback. Listener feedback. All right, it's listener feedback time. Colleen, what do we got?
All right, so our first email is from Mandy.
Mandy.
And she says, War Dog at the beginning of the challenge. Oh, this is from last week. She sent it after we finished recording.
Well, she was with other survivors, wasn't she? Something like that?
Yes, that's right. She was.
So she couldn't send the emails.
Oh my God,
sooner.
I think she was seeing Johnny Fairplay last week, wasn't she?
Well, she came home with a couple of shirts.
Oh, close personal friend of the show.
Yeah.
She said that War Dog at the beginning of the challenge was the best, and that was when he had the butterfly on his face. And I agree, as having just watched the challenges yesterday morning.
That wasn't from like a month ago?
It feels like it, yes. Then as far as new episodes for this week's episode, new emails for this week's episode, Victoria says, "Wow,
Victoria,
tonight's episode was so much fun. I had Ron going home just based off the edit. What is the point of Extinction Island? I mean, the jury looks dirty and pointless." Shoulder shrug. We didn't really see anything from Edge of Extinction.
They probably smell worse than the contestants.
Probably. Yeah, that's probably true because they don't even have a chance at like going to a mud spa.
No.
So will Gavin get the credit for this blindside or Victoria? I guess you could give credit to Aurora for giving the extra vote. I would give it to
no credit to Gavin.
No, not Gavin. I would give it to Victoria for orchestrating it.
Yeah, because Lauren is just basically what she does with Wentworth. Okay, yeah, I see that.
No, well, she says Aurora. She wonders, like, she doesn't even mention Lauren here. I am happy the Ron and Julie pact is broken up because Julie was getting so annoying to me. She's
just now getting annoying to you.
She's been coasting, and I'm ready for her to get the boot. I believe next week Dad Bod will go home, though I'm hoping they're smart and finally take out Julie or Gavin because they can't be trusted.
But you gotta take out Devins first, Victoria.
He has to.
Unless he wins immunity, and then if Devins wins immunity, then who do you take out? Julie, right?
No, I take out Aurora.
Yeah, Julie's kind of
Yeah, I take out Aurora. I don't think Julie can win.
As they pointed out, though, like Aurora hasn't made it. To quote my 5-year-old, pissed anybody off.
No, I would go Aurora.
I don't know, though. I feel like Aurora wouldn't have a lot of strategic stuff to go back on.
I think she has more than Julie.
That's true. Although Julie could make a case like I was with Ron when he did this. I was.
Yeah, and where's Ron?
Yeah, well, I know, but she's outlasted him.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I don't think that's enough. Like I said, a lot of the people are going to be hurting to build a resume. I was thinking though, wouldn't it? Because I remember Julia, when her husband got there, said, "I'll be a better wife and a better mom for this." And it would have been funny if the dad would have said, "Oh, thank God."
Oh, good. I can't wait for you to come home now.
Because I'll be honest with you, I would have said that. That would have been my first. I should have got you on Survivor a long time ago.
Anyway, okay. Victoria continues. My crazy prediction would be that Lauren finally shows her skills and starts winning immunity challenge. She, Victoria, and Aurora in the final 3 because why not? I would love to see a Victoria Division 1 Aurora in the final 3. like let's do it. Let's bring it.
Gotta call somebody. My wife is stroking out.
Stop it.
And then Reem goes, you know what? I don't even have anything to say because none of you deserve to win it. And again, 2 of those are my final 3 picks. So
true. Side note, I never hugged my dad like Lauren hugs hers. That was weird. My son and I just looked at each other like, yeah, this is weird. Never wrap your legs around me, please.
I thought it's almost like...
It was sweet.
No, I said to Jay the same thing. I was like, huh. Like, I was like, that is... No, my exact quote to Jay was... Lauren and her dad show more affection to each other than Gavin and his wife.
I thought it was unusual, but it's.
I didn't think it was that.
What was the blonde haired girl who her cousin came there and it was like, wait, are they cousins or are they boyfriend girlfriend?
Or are they West Virginia cousins?
She had the heart. She had a heart transplant when she was younger. I'm drawing a blank on her name. Blonde girl. She was on 2 or 3 times.
I feel like not Sierra Dawn Thomas, right?
No. I'm drawing a blank on her name. God, I can see her face. Anyway, she had a very affectionate. They were tickling each. It was almost like, they're just good friends.
You can be intimate with people and not have to have it be weird.
I'm just saying,
both of you are so repressed, man.
I'm not. I said to each his own.
Yeah.
Anyways. Moving on.
Are you talking about Amanda?
No.
I'm Googling, trying to see who this person is because I feel like I should know who this is.
Cousin, survivor, uncomfortable.
No, cousin that had survivor that had a heart transplant, and she had a scar on her chest.
I know. I feel like I absolutely know who you're talking about, and for some reason
didn't come across as very smart. Kind of.
Okay, now we're just digging.
Kind of naive type thing.
So dumb.
I didn't say dumb.
Sleeping with her cousin.
Well, I remember when Terry's son had to have the heart transplant.
No, it wasn't. It was. She was blonde female contestant, and she pretty.
All right, this is going nowhere.
I know this is going nowhere. I
people
feel
are
like
streaming us right now. They know who it is.
I know. I feel like I know exactly who you're talking about, and I also can't think of it. Because I can't get past Terry's son with the heart transplant.
No. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, going back to the email because there's one more PS.
Oh, maybe not a transplant, maybe heart surgery. I'm sorry.
Another.
Does that help?
Maybe. Another side note, best phrase of the night goes to Reem when she said, "It's Survivor, everybody lies." And that is why she is #Queen Reem.
Well, she'll definitely be back.
She's going to be back. Oh,
and I bet you she voted out first again.
Oh, Kat.
Kat had the heart surgery.
Kat. Yes.
I
know I couldn't remember Kat.
I recently saw her Instagram for the first time in a while, and she looks like she's doing well. She wasn't doing well for a while there. But I liked her
on the show. I thought she was always very...
She's the one that cried when she got blindsided.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Kat. Okay. Cool.
She just said off-the-wall things sometimes.
Sometimes she said some dumb things.
Sometimes, all the time.
I was trying to be nice.
She was there for the Blood versus Water, and she was like, "I'm going to be undateable because I didn't make it to the jury."
Yep,
that's what it was. Yes, that's what she said when everyone went.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what? That woman had to play with Colton twice, so power to her.
Yeah.
That's true.
And she came out on the other side. But anyway, okay, that's the feedback that we had for this week, guys.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
All right, well, that means it is now time to tally the votes. Let's see what we got. So for the preseason picks, I think I finally have a point.
Oh, my goodness.
After a long absence of
long drought.
points.
So it must
You're
be,
just like Gavin?
It must be a full moon.
Are you just like Gavin?
Pretty much.
That long 30-day Survivor drought before we got a point.
Ooh. Didn't seem that much interested in it even then, though.
I finally know what it's like to get a point.
All right.
Jay scored!
Fried pickles for everyone.
More than Gavin in his first month of marriage.
Oh. You don't know what he was doing for those 2 days.
By the looks of it, not that.
Oh, stop it.
You know, when he was at the tribal council, when he kept looking like this at the corner of like his eyes, he looks like a skinnier version of the principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He kind of does. And
Really?
you know that, any of you notice, either of you notice that the skinnier that Dad Bod gets, the more he kind of looks like Fishback in the face?
Except he doesn't cry.
Well, you
But
know.
I think you're right. If he cries next week, then it's Fishback.
It's all over.
All right. Let's see here. So, I said merge. That's the point. Jack, you said merge. That's the point. And Colleen, you said pre-merge. So, no points for you.
So that just widens my lead.
It does. That puts you at 15 right now.
Woohoo! What's the record for points?
25. I think.
25, and I still have a final 3 in there.
If you get the winner, Jack, I think you'd have the record score for a season.
I'm gonna retire.
Go out on top.
I'll Peyton Manning it.
And
Don't tell that to Jay, because he'll be like, "Oh, we can retire this podcast." All right.
Yes, deuces. All right. Let's see here. Last week, I said Dad Bod was going home, so no points for me. Jack, you also said Dad Bod, no points. Colleen, you said Julie, close, but nothing. So no points on
Well, how was Julie close? I don't think she got a vote.
Well, Ron got it. I mean, their alliance got hit.
No, okay.
So I could say it's kind of close.
Their alliance of 2.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Still an alliance.
Jack, you're picking for episode 12. Who do you think's going home?
Oh, my God. You know, you want to say Devins because it's the obvious choice.
Of course.
I mean, but if he wins immunity,
or finds another idol,
it's probably Gavin. So I'm gonna say Gavin because I think Dad Bod finds another idol.
And Gavin's on the outs of that female trio.
Yeah, I mean, they would be smart to stick together.
Agreed. All right,
and
Colleen,
I think they will.
What do you think?
I think it's finally Aurora's week.
Really?
I love her, and I want her to go to Final 3.
What's her name again?
Aurora Jur. I think.
Aurora.
Jur. I think it's her week. I love her, and I don't want it to be her week, and I want to see her in the Final 3. And
well,
the only way it's her is if Dad Bod finds an idol or wins immunity, and Gavin wins immunity or finds an idol, right? Well, Gavin voted with them because he voted for
There was
Ron.
only 3 votes for Ron.
He voted for Ron.
But that was a smart vote though, because they had to get rid of both Ron and.
I saw it on the
Gavin.
thing because Victoria voted for Devins, which I'm assuming was to split the vote. He voted for Ron, so
okay. All right. Well, then maybe yeah. I'm going to say Devins. I mean, I hope he doesn't, but I'm just going to play the cards here and say he's got a 60% chance of going home, so that's what I'm going with.
Making your comeback.
Not a chance.
Do you have any chance to win it?
No, because my second pick, Aubrey, I could only get 5 points in that situation.
I don't know why you went with the person who got voted out, but whatever.
Everyone's saying Devins can win. He got voted out.
Are they bringing back? When are they bringing back the Extinction?
I think
it
next
has
week.
to be next week. It has to be next week.
I think it's because they even did a little allusion to it. They got some treasure box or something in the preview. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Just in case they do we want to pick who's getting back in? Did we do that already?
No, we haven't. Do we want to do that? For
Yeah,
points?
why not? I mean, we spent the first 20 minutes of this episode talking about not Survivor, so we might as well just throw something extra in there for everyone.
All right. Well, Colleen, that means you get to pick first. Who do you think's coming back?
Well, how many points is this worth?
Just a point. Just
one.
one
Okay.
point.
Okay.
So, Colleen, you get to pick first.
Well, I feel like the obvious answer is Joey Amazing, right?
Yep, it is.
So I want to win. I'm going to go with the obvious answer.
All right, Joey Amazing.
Although I will say they panned to David Wright a hell of a lot for him to not, have more of a whatever in the game.
All right, then it's my pick. I got to go with Aubrey because I said, she's my pick to win it all. Jack, who do you think?
I could play the strategic game and take Joey Amazing just to cancel out Colleen's vote. I won't do that for the sake of fairness. I'm gonna go with David. I think he
really okay.
He's been getting a lot of screen time for a jury.
But I think it's more because him and Devins have the connection. Then he's gonna come back.
But
you never know.
He was fairly good at the channels, and Joe just didn't seem like he cared.
True.
That's true.
Much of the season, he just didn't seem to care.
I will give you that because Joe seems to have kind of looks like he's given up, and we have.
Do they give these returning players a money up front to come back?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe. That said, did you guys notice that all three of us picked returning players as the person that gets back in the game?
Well, yeah. People have most experience. I don't
know. To be fair, I can't remember most of their names. So,
but I mean, we have Chris and Eric, Jay's original picks.
Yeah, I could see one of them for sure.
But we don't know if it's a puzzle challenge. I can't remember what they were good at.
I feel like, look, if I didn't want to not finish in. If I still want to keep my dignity, I would totally go all out and be like, Reem is going to win. But unfortunately,
I tell you what, you pick Reem, I'll give you 3 points.
Fine, I'll pick Reem for your 3 points.
Whoa. Really, Colleen? I mean, 3 points is not going to win you the game.
It's not going to win me the game, but it's still going to cripple Jack 3 points.
I would have counted 5 points.
Nope. Oh, she already agreed.
I already accepted it.
I would have gone probably up to 4, but no, you agreed to 3.
That's fine. You know what? I'm going to stand behind my favorite player of the season, Queen Reem.
Queen Reem.
There's a reason why we're seeing her so much. Either she's coming back next season, or she somehow gets back in the game.
If the challenge is to get everyone in tears, so first one to cry is out, then she's going to win.
Yeah, right. Who can nag the other players to death?
And no one took Wentworth.
Nah. I'm kind of over Wentworth, to be honest.
I'm not over Wentworth. I like her, but, it's more fun to pick Reem.
All right. That will do it for this week's Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen. Next week is our live episode for our patrons that give $15 or more per month. Where it'll be live on YouTube Live. It'll basically you'll get to watch this feed because we generally bring Jack into this live over Hangouts, so you get that stream live and listen to all of the in between when we're recording and not recording. So you get to listen to Colleen talk crap about everybody that she doesn't want on air. So it's totally worth it. Should be a lot of fun.
No, that would be why you tune in for the broadcast one.
Next
week,
we
do a lot of talking in
Wednesday, live Survivor with Jay, Jack, and Colleen should be a lot of fun as long as Jack does not die in a car wreck.
Well, I'm not driving anywhere next Wednesday. I'll play it safe.
There you go. All right. Well, give us a call at 385-309-0311.
Calling time.
And give us an email at survivorjjc@gmail.com. All right, that will do it for this week. Check out our other shows on the network. Game of Thrones with Jay, Jack, and Nick. Ramblecast, broadcasts. It's all on there.
We're going to do a live broadcast
this weekend for our podcast.
So we have the podcast meetup this weekend in Raleigh. And we're going to do a live broadcast from, I think, 9 o'clock on Saturday evening from the Studio Westeros, as we call it. And it's going to be super fun. We've got some fun tricks up our sleeves.
Yeah, it's they've been planning it a lot.
We have been planning it a lot.
I live with one of the co-hosts, and Jesus, I've had to listen to this.
We've been like,
months.
We can't have it suck. It can't suck. What are we going to do?
I did want to say for the Game of Thrones fans, even though we're going to do this show live next week, you'll be able to see us.
Oh, Jay's just going to sit here in the dark in the studio.
I didn't have any problem with the lighting.
I didn't have any problem either.
No,
but you know what? It was if you watched it in the dark, because when I rewatched, because I rewatched it twice. I rewatched it at work, and then I rewatched it with you, Jay. And when I rewatched it at work, I actually did have to lower my blinds. And then I had to be like, I'm watching Game of Thrones on the other computer.
Who watches Game of Thrones with the lights on? I mean, that's just like...
There's some scary scenes.
Well, there were people that watched it on the West Coast, but they still watched it in our time. So it was light for them.
Down.
Well, I had to put the lines down the second time I watched it, so I was like,
it was going to be a nighttime episode. You got to put the... Have the right lighting. I'm just saying.
The two times that I did watch it at nighttime, I was like,
anyway,
it's better.
All right, that is it for this week. We'll see you guys next time. Hasta luego.
And goodbye.
Peace out.
Bye.